Welcome to another session from the Pro Mixing Forum here at LearnReason.com. This is part one of mixing the song Stitch Up by the band called Bobby Nobodies. This song is in the genre indie slash pop rock. You know, to me, it's just rock and roll. But anyways, this song is nothing but a drum set, bass guitar, electric guitar, and vocals. Nothing else. No synths, nothing. And it's 44 tracks, and you know, this is a mic'd drum set, and it was recorded. They did a pretty good job. But when you do this, it causes mic bleed in our kick and our snare. So we're going to have to fix that. And I'll tell you why we have to fix that. So let's go in here. And we'll scroll in here. Okay, so what we have here, this is the kick track, and this is the kick out. There's a kick mic in the kick. There's a mic on the top of the snare and a mic on the bottom of the snare. And we have mic bleed on all four tracks. And so this is what we have for the kick out mic. Okay, so we have to get these snares out, and we have to get rid of the kicks that have cymbals and stuff on them. So if we just double click this, we can listen to the different sections. That's a kick. We can't have that. Here's a good kick. We don't need kicks like this or this. They're just no good because we want just a regular kick, and anything that you have that is like this, that is mud. Mud. Now, you got to remember, you're going to have a kick here. Let's open this up. And I'll show you this. This would be more mud. Can you hear that? It's just, you can hear it in there. It's not, this is good. You just get the beater sound right there. That's all we want. We don't want any of this stuff. Go to the snare here, and we'll listen to the snare mic on top of the snare. I mean, you got so much bleed there, you're just not getting a good snare. So listen to what we have here. If we get rid of this right here, get rid of this one here. So here are some snare hits. Hear that? That's the kick coming in right there. We got the kick right there. Listen to that. That's a pretty good one. That's pretty good. We just don't want to have this extra sound in there. I don't need this. So we have to find the best snares in this. And what we can do is go down. You can find some good ones. That's pretty good right there. It's about as good as you're going to get right there. And we need to take everything out and just use the good snares, and then we need to replace whatever we take out with the good snares. That's just what you have to do. Now, with saying that, there are some VSTs that you can use, but I just don't, they're not as good as just cutting out what you don't need and replacing it with something good. And none of them work as good as this that I've ever tried, or they're out there. Maybe I haven't tried them. Maybe there's some new ones, but I don't know about them. I just know this tried and true method just works. It takes a little time, and to do all these tracks, there's 4 of them. There'll be this one here. We can listen to it. This is the mic on the bottom of the snare. So we don't need those kicks in there. And we don't need snares that have the kick in the background of the wave, the snare wave. So we're going to have to remove all them. So it's easy to do in Reason, but before we do it, we're going to have to quantize the whole song to the grid so that everything is in time and sounds better. The good thing with this song is that everything was recorded pretty tight. And if we go up here to, I found that 16ths will do the whole song. And I'll show you that in a second. We can quantize this song to 16ths, and we'll quantize it to the relative setting to retain the feel. If you go to absolute, it gets too rigid. The relative setting on this is just amazing. The algorithm, how they have it here in Reason, is just, it's so easy, and it just sounds great. Quantize this is as easy as just doing this. Let's just take all these all up here. Let's bring this smaller so you can see everything. We got 44 tracks here, and all I'm going to do to quantize this, all the tracks, everything. Select one and press Control or Command A. Selects all of them. Go up here, select, I want 16ths, and I want relative setting. Quantize. Okay, the whole song is quantized. Everything's tight, and it sounds great. It will sound great. I've tested this out, and this is something you have to do. The reason I can use 16ths is because there's nothing in this song there's no hits of any element that is 16th or more. So 16ths will work. Like if you had a snare roll, you might have to do everything in 16ths except that one snare track that has, maybe up to, somewhere past 16 hits. So you'd have to do it to 30 seconds or maybe 16ths triplets, But because this song has nothing over 16ths, everything will lock to the grid at 16ths in the relative setting, and it sounds good. It retains the feel. And now that we've done that, we can go in here to the kick here. Get in here. And if we click on it, we can see every hit is locked to the grid. So now when I do that, I just double click that. I select Control or Command A. It selects all of the markers. And then I just split at slices. So now I've split at slices. Now I can get rid of, let's go up here. Let's bring this one here up. And I can use this as a little guide here, the other kick. So, if you didn't have the other kick, you wouldn't have the guide. So you just click it anyways. Click snare, get rid of it. Here's a snare, get rid of it. And you're going to have to do this all the way through the track. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. So get rid of it. Let's listen to what we have here. Let's just solo this. Say we did the whole track here, the whole kick track. So let's just listen to what we have now. So listen to those. So we basically have two good kicks right here. That's it. The rest of these kicks have mud in them. So I could just take this, get rid of it, press Alt, drag it over. Now we got rid of that. Now I'll take this one, get rid of that. Just so we don't have the same two in a row. And then we'll get rid of this one. Take this one, drag it over. It snaps right into place. And then we know, just so we know we put this in the right place, we'll just put this here, get rid of that one. And we'll drag it to there. Now listen to our kick. No mud. Great. So now what we can do, say you went through the whole track, and all you have is these good kicks, and you'll find better kicks throughout the track, and you just exchange them, just move them over as you do it. I say to do all these tracks, it would take a cup of coffee, maybe 2 cups of coffee, but it's something you need to do, and in the long run, it's just going to sound so much better. It's amazing, and you don't need a VST. You just need a little of your time. Okay, so you've gone through, and you've replaced all your bad kicks with good kicks, just good kicks. Now what you want to do is just grab them all, select them all, come up to the fade in, fade out. I usually use 3.3. That's it. And that, takes out any clicks or pops. And now you have nothing but good kicks that we can EQ and totally control in the mix. Nothing but a good kick. And it's tight with everything. So I'll go through and do the rest of this to all the 2 kick tracks and the 2 snare tracks. And because we have everything locked to the grid, it's easy to just drag stuff over and it snaps right in time. And it's easy as pie. It just takes a little time. So that's it for this session. In the next session, we'll start getting everything set up in the sequencer and the mixer to start mixing this song. And I'll see you guys there. You guys take care.